What's goody? It's Bear in the building. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Kueen Talk. If you are new here, welcome. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe button, leave a comment. Let me know what you think of this episode. Y'all, we already in July. June, I don't know where it went, but it came and went. Juneteenth celebrations wrapped up. Here we are. For some of us, though, we just don't fit ourselves just into that 1 month, and we shouldn't. You know, being black and queer, we don't fit neatly inside this little box, this 1 month that they try to hold us to, and we shouldn't just stay within that 1 month. You know, every June we see a lot of high energy, rainbow flags, good vibes everywhere. We got the parades, we got the parties, the panels and conversations. And just in that moment, it's a center and it's celebrated around us being queer. And you see even the big brands are out there, some that stayed and wanted to show that visibility still this year. Whether it's genuine or performative, the visibility, you see it, it does feel powerful. And you know, we even seen it some from this year. We saw Netflix drop the Queer Ultimatum right in time for Pride Month. Strategic? I think so. And don't get me wrong, like, I love that we're finally seeing more queer stories on the screen. We need it. We deserve it. We deserve to see all the love, even the messiness. We should see ourselves in the mainstream media. But it shouldn't just be like a strategic pride move, right? We should see these shows celebrated every other month. These shows should be dropping out like they drop other shows, you know? Like, we should see this representation more than just this time. We deserve that representation all year long. We deserve the shows and movies that don't get just released during Pride Month. Our stories aren't just seasonal, they're real life. So I think it should be celebrated all year round. It reminds me of something that happened to me personally. Someone came up to me and said, "Man, I got to get a feature of your story. I think it would fit perfectly for Pride Month." And listen, I know their intentions were good, like they wanted to be involved, be intentional, but it just missed the mark for me personally. My story isn't just a June special, you know, it doesn't fit just this 1 month. I can be celebrated every day, all day, and we should all be that. Like, our existence, our creativity, and our experiences are worth spotlighting in January, July, August, October, like throughout the whole year. And so now that July is over, the floats are back in the stores, timelines are going to get quiet, and the world's going to move on. And that's what I want to talk about today, is just don't let that excitement die down. You know, we put these episodes out weekly. Weekly, you're hearing a featured story of someone that is a person of color, a part of the queer community. And why? Because Pride isn't seasonal, especially now in this political climate where our identities are still up for debate, where anti-LGBTQ legislation is being proposed and passed, and where people still feel unsafe being who they are. Pride is about more than the festivals and the hashtag. It's about survival, it's about community, and it's about refusing to dim our light even when we're told it's too bright. Literally, that's what they're doing. They're literally telling us we're being too loud. It's okay as long as you keep it over there. No, we're not doing that. We're not going to dim our light, even if we're told it's too bright. This year, Pride Month was especially powerful for me personally. Experiencing Black DC Pride was life-changing. It was just so life-changing. There was a moment just standing in that space with the Black queer folks, music, the vibes, the laughter. It just felt like freedom. For once, my blackness and queerness didn't feel like I had to be separate in the room between the two. They existed together and were celebrated together, and it felt amazing. And nothing beats that feeling. Being seen fully, not partially, not conditionally, but entirely. Coming back to Kansas, I don't get me wrong, like I love Kansas. Kansas is home, but it was a quick reminder of why I do this work, why I created Kueen Talk. Walking into spaces and realizing you're the only person of color or maybe one of two is real. It can feel exhausting and sometimes, yes, awkward, especially when you're surrounded by folks who don't even recognize their privilege, let alone challenge it. And I know I'm not alone in that feeling. That's why we can't let pride be a June thing. It's got to be an everyday thing. How do we advocate and support each other and hold space for every part of our identities? June isn't just about pride for me when it comes to the queer community. It's also Juneteenth. This year specifically marked the 10-year anniversary of Wichita's Juneteenth celebration. For me, as a Black lesbian, Juneteenth hits deep. It's about remembering our ancestors, celebrating our freedom. Kueen Talk is rooted in that same spirit, honoring and uplifting stories that sit at the intersections of Blackness and queerness, womanhood, and everything that makes us complex in our identities. Now, I want to challenge you a little bit. If you've never been to a Pride event, why is that? What's holding you back from stepping into that space, from standing alongside the community enjoying resistance? And if you've never attended a Juneteenth celebration, why? What's stopping you from honoring that history, from connecting with that legacy? Even if you're not Black, Juneteenth isn't just for some of us, it's a celebration of freedom for all of us. And even if you're not queer, Pride isn't just a party for us. It's a chance to show solidarity, to stand up and show up when it matters most. Because the truth is, we're better together. And deep down, everyone knows that. Like, unity in the community, we will thrive. The rainbow doesn't stop shining because the calendar flips to July. And neither should our pride. Our pride lives in everyday moments and checking in on our queer friends, making space for people of color's voices, whether they're queer, non-queer, when rooms feel too quiet, and challenging systems and even loved ones when they cause harm, and loving yourself boldly without apology. Pride isn't a month, it's a movement, and movements don't pause, they keep going. Powered by us, we have to keep pushing every single day. So challenge yourself. Keep the energy alive. Find the people who truly see and celebrate you for yourself, your full self. Step into spaces that stretch your comfort zone. And remember, our pride, our stories, our intersectionalities, they don't belong to June alone. Make sure you guys are celebrating you all year round. All year round. I know I'm going to do the same. We're going to do that here on Kueen Talk. I'm going to continue to push these stories out, being marginalized within a marginalized group, and you're not going to silence me. Whether I'm that one person in the room, one of two people in the room, you will not silence me. I will make sure that our stories will continue to be heard. And I'm proud of who I am. And I encourage you to be proud of who you are. Make sure you guys tune in to the rest of this year's episodes every Thursday, dropping an episode, amazing story, a featured story of people of color to come on and be vulnerable and share their experiences. Tune in, listen in, learn something, take away something, and apply it. Don't just listen, apply it. Y'all, I enjoy doing this. I enjoy what I do. I'm finally enjoying what I love. Like, I love doing this. I'm embracing my identity more than I ever have. And to be honest, it's an amazing feeling. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Kueen Talk. And yeah, challenge yourself. Challenge yourself. Hit that like button, subscribe button, and leave a comment. How have you challenged yourself? How have you challenged yourself? As always, family, friends, strangers, love and be nice.